What up? It is Sanni here, and there's gonna be two animes I'm gonna be talking about today. Well, it's I'm gonna name this one the Karakuri Circus, but I'm also gonna be talking about the Kuroko no Basket. So I decided to watch the movies. Well, the first three really wasn't movies; it was mainly like recaps of what happened throughout the whole series, and the last one. I have to say it was nice, but it wasn't nice at the same time because it was street ballers from America and they pretty much dissed Japan. And then the street ballers from America, it was like a couple white, well, it was like one white guy and then the rest was black guys. The white guy was a leader, it was like whatever. But then they went against the generation of miracles and Kagami, and I just think the way Kuroko no Basket is just so weird. Like, how did they win? Like, okay, they're from America, like the street ballers, and they have better techniques and all of this, and they keep saying that the home source is where you can hone your techniques and all of this, and I just don't understand how they was able to beat them. Like, yes, it's a great ending and everything, and I don't know if they're actually going to continue the series because the way this movie pretty much it did it to the point of where Kagami goes to America, and there was like, what else can you do after you go to America? So I don't know. I mean, they could do like a pretty much like say the movie was just like a spin-off. It wasn't actually true or something like that. It had nothing to do with the story whatsoever, which they can do. But then some of the generation of miracles say they want to join the NBA, and that's the reason why Kagami went to America so he can get to NBA faster, which I still think is weird because throughout this anime, if I'm doing this correctly, there was first years when they joined, and the third years are still there. So how are you able to go to America if you're still a first year in high school? It just baffles me how they're able to just up and go. I mean, granted, he has no family or anything, so he can do that, but I just think it's weird in that aspect or whatsoever. But anyways, I'm gonna move on to the Karakuri Circus. So this episode, it was kind of weird because they were showing Shiroganes. Apparently, there's two different Shiroganes. There's Shirogane O and Shirogane. Shirogane O is the one that have mechanical parts in them, as opposed to the Shirogane actually human, but they gave up being human at the same time so they can live long. So it was pretty much they went to go find the midnight parade or whatever that crap is called, and they went to go challenge them to pretty much a one-on-one duel so they can pretty much stop the syndrome from happening all around the world because they're the ones that's causing the syndrome. So it was kind of weird because they really didn't like do too much in this episode right here. It's pretty much showed well, I'm still waiting for what is Masaru doing, and then they showed the assassin guy that Masaru hired, and I was like wondering like where he went because he got hired by him, but he never went with them. Masaru pretty much stayed with Shirogane, or and I was like, whatever happened to him? So they showed him with one of the Shinogane. Oh, so I'm assuming he's gonna help them over there with the midnight parade, and I wonder if that's gonna help his memory because obviously he still has no memory of Shinigane and Masaru. So I wonder if Naomi is gonna remember the assassin guy or something, like it's gonna jog his memory or something like that because obviously his memory is not up to par right now. Surprisingly enough, he was actually able to remember his master, and he was able to remember the daughter of the master. So it's like I understand his bits and pieces of his memory that's like coming in and or whatever you want to say, but that's kind of weird that he just knew them at that point when he went to go try to meet his master, and his master decided to pretty much take his own life as opposed to curing himself and pretty much being immortal as a Shinogane. So this episode, it was just a little fighting scene and whatnot. It really wasn't like too spectacular or anything like that. It was just pretty much like a normal generic fighting scene to me, because there was just three people fighting so far, and it wasn't really like, oh my gosh, like I gotta watch that episode again. Like I can't wait for the next one, because I mean, granted, yes, I want to see the next episode because I'm trying to figure out where's Mazu going, because he left the circus and they still haven't shown any recap of him whatsoever. So obviously he won't be able to be with the Midnight Parade because he doesn't even know where they're at. So I'm trying to figure out like where is he gonna be at in this. And obviously Shinigane doesn't know, well, the girl Shinigane doesn't know where he's at, and I'm pretty sure her name is Eleanor. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know where he's at, and if she does, she probably following him or something like that. So when they switch over back to those two, it's going to show probably them traveling or something, because obviously he's not going to be in a circus if he wants to go try to find Narumi. And that's the gist of it pretty much. And I'm like, I'm glad that I do not read anime. I mean, not read the manga, because if I did, this would pretty much be ruined for me. Like I would know what's going to happen, and like the only thing that's different from the manga and the anime would probably be like the fighting scenes. Like you get to actually see the fighting scenes as opposed to imagining the fighting scenes in your head. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to that, but I'd rather not know what's going to happen, because if I know what's going to happen, then I'm just going to pretty much like skim through it, the anime, until I find like that certain part, and that's really not how you really should be watching it. And you can just like skim through it until you get to like the best parts and be like, okay, I'm done. Because granted, everything, well, not everything from the manga is in the anime. I already know how that is, because obviously they cut stuff out, they add stuff in just to make it more better for whatever they're doing. And I'm just I heard, I don't know if like Karakuri Circus is like on par with the manga, but I could probably ask somebody that read the manga, but they would also have to watch the anime, so we're gonna see how that works out for that. But those are only two that I've been talking about right now. There was nothing else that really came out. That's why I was pretty much did the Kuroko no Basket, because I really had nothing else to do, and I was just waiting for this to come out. And I don't know if anything's coming out tomorrow. I'm pretty sure something is coming out tomorrow, because it's Saturday, I believe. Or what's today? Today's Friday. I don't even know what today is or whatever. But yeah, that's all for this video. This is Sanni saying sayonara.